We've been solving equations. We're now going to start solving inequalities. Those are less than, greater thans, or even the less than equal to type problems. Before we do that, we should talk about what happens when we divide or multiply by a negative number on both sides of the inequality. So this might be a good time to pause and try some of these. In a minute, all the answers are going to appear up here for all these problems. So we're adding 4 to each of those problems circled in yellow. Then we're subtracting 6, which is the same as adding negative 6. We're then going to multiply each of those left and right sides by 3. Then we're going to divide each side by negative 2, which is the same as multiplying by negative 1/2. So you might want to pause right here and try some of these problems to be sure you understand the next view. Okay, now we see each of the problems being with the answer to the result we get when we do something to both sides individually of the inequalities. In the first three groups of problems, adding, subtracting, and multiplying, the direction that the inequality points, left and right, either less than or greater than, the direction it points does not change. So what does that mean? Well, 2 is still less than 10. Negative 6 is still less than 0. So you can see in each of these problems, the direction that the inequality points does not change. We go down to subtracting. We still do not get any changes in the direction that the inequality points. 3 greater than negative 3, 6 greater than negative 12, and so on down the line. Same thing with multiply. Nothing changes. If it said less than when we started working with both sides, it stayed less than. If it said greater than, it stayed greater than. Negative 12 greater than negative 36. Okay, key now is what happens when we divide by a negative or multiply by a negative. You will now see the switching occur. 1 is greater than negative 3. 5 is greater than 2. 1 greater than 0. Down here, we got negative 3. That's greater than negative 12. Negative 4.5 is less than negative 1.5. Negative 6 is less than 3. So we're switching the direction that the inequality points. We need that property when we start solving inequalities.